Welcome back to the At Home with Roby show. I'm Ashley Davis, and along with Trent Haston, we're your hosts. We're glad you're spending your Sunday morning with us. Whether you're in the car or on the couch, you're always at home with Roby. Visit us today at andrewroby.com. That's Andrew, ROBY.com. Or you can click on the At Home with Roby tab at WBT.com to learn more. So today, Trent, we've been talking about Andrew Roby's Signature Homes. It's the custom home division for the Andrew Roby Company. And we're joined now by Chris Maynard, Director of Project Management at Andrew Roby. Trent, I know you have known Chris a long time, and he's a vital part of what you're doing with Andrew Roby Signature Homes.
Well, first off, I would like to give Chris the proper introduction. Chris and I met. We were talking, it's kind of funny, we were talking about Harding University High earlier, and then we were talking about how Waddell and the value in our public school system. Harding University High was the first math science magnet school, so it was a melting pot from all areas of the city. So Chris and I met, and another guy, Dave McGuire, we met soccer tryouts, 9th grade. He came from the east side of town. I think he was over near Eastway. I came from the west side of town, out on the river. And David McGuire came from the rich side, the south side of town, out near Providence. But both of those guys were about 6'3", and I was about 5'2", and they both tag teamed and slid tackled me. I had my little bowl cut with my 2 lines underneath it. I thought that was right, and they punked on me for a couple weeks, and I hung in there. But anyway, we built a great friendship throughout high school, and then I went off to college. And as I came back from college, and our company started to grow, I started trying to remember who the good guys were from our childhood, and who I was still hanging out with, and who had integrity, and who wanted to feed their family, and who wanted to work hard, and who wanted to improve. And Chris really, truly was one of our first great hires. We hired Chris in 2003, and so he's been with us over 12 years. And his family, is a great father and one of my best friends in life. And I think you were our first, other than me and my brother, you were our first Harding hire. Is that right, Chris?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me today. And I think I might have been. I
will say one other thing about Chris and Dave. If you go on our website, you can check them out. They used to have really, really, really good hair. And I used to have a really, really, really big forehead. And I've always had a really, really big forehead. So I used to be very envious. My father worked the envy out of my soul, but for a while I was envious of their low 4 lines and thick hair. And now they're bald. Yeah. And I still have a big forehead and thin hair.
You're really bringing back some great memories.
I was laying in bed with my middle daughter, Rowan, the other night. She's the sweetest, tenderest girl in the world, and she's rubbing my hair, and she pulls my hair back and says, "Your forehead is gigantic." And she meant it with all the sincerity in her heart.
And all the love in the world.
And
right?
she did. I think we had been at Chris's house earlier that day, so she had been seeing
funny.
Big foreheads.
Chris still has nice hair. There's just not much left of it.
That's right. It's all around the sides.
It's quality, not quantity.
Now my envy is how pretty your head is without hair. I'm worried that my head is going to have some knots and stuff.
I really appreciate that. And I'll tell you, as far as Harding University, which we now refer to as the U, just because the U's kind of a popular name now, but what that school taught me the most was I did live on the east side, and I had to wake up at about 4:30 to catch a 5 o'clock bus ride, and it taught me to wake up early and get to work. So, you carry that on throughout
valuable
your career.
life lesson.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you too. We did what cool high school kids do, and we weren't angels, but I'd always have my friends over to my house, and Chris would always, you'd find him over there on the side when my dad got home from work. We'd be playing basketball, and he'd be over there talking to my dad, and very personable. My mom always appreciated Chris and Dave too. But so that's how Chris came to our company, and I want to say that because Chris. Well, Dave was, but we had an event this week and it was a commercial focused event at a Knights game, and I told somebody I went to Harding High, and they said, "You're the third person here to win to Harding High." I said, "Yeah, I think I've cleaned out all." No, there was some other good people to win to Harding.
So every reunion you go back to, that's where you recruit, hand out business cards.
I think I'm done recruiting at Harding. But so Chris, man, he's learned our business through and through over the last 12 plus years, and has really embraced what we're about in our custom client service, custom remodeling, custom new homes. And he's really caught the fever and really wants to grow and be the bastion of our growth in Charlotte on the signature homes segment. Is that right, Chris?
Yes, that is right. And we're starting to pick up a lot of traction with it, a lot more than we ever have had.
So what areas of town, I know you're kind of, well, some of our other project managers too are doing custom homes, but what areas of town are we seeing the custom construction on residential?
Right now, it's in Mooresville, and believe it or not, like at the Point, we're starting to be known as the like you're to spin off what you were saying before. We're starting to be known as the actual new custom home builder, more so than remodeling and additions and handyman. Those clients out there, when you tell them you do handyman work, they're like, what? Well, I mean, we're really the only custom builder that I know of that actually does small repairs.
Right.
So if they're selling their house, and they're going to build a new house, well, and this is how we met one of our clients out there, they wanted their little inspection report done. So we go out there and do the inspection report, meet them, and turns out they're building a new house, and that's how the relationship started. But they had no, it's just weird how people do not know what you do.
So you've told me, I mean, it's all branding, right? And it takes time. It's a long-term idea. But you've told me, kind of similar to the coast and the mountains, I mean, up in the Lake Norman area, people are asking us, I didn't know you did full house interior remodels. I thought all you did was custom construction. It's like, cuckoo, but it's true, right?
Yeah, and an architect, and I think we've had Jim Phelps on the show before.
We have.
He got us out there with one particular client, and now we're working with some other architects out there, some realtors, and it's just our names being out there now, and it's the signature home. Not as Andrew Roby, the general contractor. It's more of that signature home logo, and that's really what's picking up some steam. And then also the sanctuary, we bought a lot out there, and we've got a really nice design for a new home out there.
I don't know if that's listed yet, but we need to put it out there. We'll put it on our website, and we're going to promote it on our Facebook page. Check us out on our Facebook page on the Andrew Roby and the Roby Realty Facebook page. But it is one of the coolest houses. I really think for our athlete and sport market, I really think it's a niche house.
It's a beautiful home. And if you're listening, this is the At Home with Roby show. We've got Chris Maynard on with us from the Andrew Roby Companies, our Director of Project Management, talking about Andrew Roby's signature home specifically. It's interesting you find these little pockets of like the Point. Now you've got the Sanctuary, where people are building these homes and they know that brand better than they know the Andrew Roby Company almost. It's kind of like the mountains you were saying. So it really gives people that opportunity to build that custom home in a community that is very exclusive and very nice. But you can also build that house anywhere.
Yeah, no. I mean, the house right now, the Sanctuary that's designed, if you're looking for a mountain house on 7 acres, I mean, almost cliffside, in Charlotte, then that's the house.
And you can have your boat across the road at the marina.
There you go.
And I think you're one lot away from the lake, right? The amenity center and everything. You can walk through the pool.
It's really a cool house. It gave me the wow factor when I saw the design. I think Jim Phelps actually is our design partner on that house, correct?
Yes, he is.
And he does some really neat stuff. So I'm really excited about that house. And we're also doing some work, I mean, in the Eastover area and Queens Road, Providence Road, and a lot of those are major renovations because they're older homes. But there's some infill properties that we're looking at with people, and we're doing some stuff.
And I'll tell you, if you go down Providence Road right there near downtown, and you see that sign, you can't miss it. You talked about what?
Yeah, we have a signature home sign. It looks like the Empire State Building.
It does. It really. You talk about you want your custom home to stand out. That sign is a representation of what we can do.
And we finally found a way in 65 years how to work Carolina blue into our logo. Because I'm tired of the wolf pack saying, I love your trucks, Trent.
I wonder how much influence you had on that, buddy.
None.
All right, hey, Chris, stay with us. Can you stay with us through the break?
Yes.
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about Andrew Roby's Signature Homes. We've talked a lot here about the Point, the Sanctuary. We're big fans of the river and Lake Wiley. We're going to talk about one of the hottest developments on Lake Wiley when we come back. So if you want a lake house, stay with us. You're listening to the At Home with Roby show. We'll be right back.